All right, what's going on? So United Airlines is projecting to furlough over 36,000 employees by October. It's getting kind of ridiculous, man. I mean, they said over the 4th of July weekend, it reached their high as far as ticket sales, but I mean, it was still down by 70% compared to last year. And for the interest of the company, man, they losing at least like $40 million a day, and it's getting crazy. Even like they laying off 500, I believe, 5,500 maintenance workers, 2,250 employees, 11,000 customer service, and up to 15,000 flight attendants, man. And that's when I was stating too that you never know what's going to happen, man. No company that you're working for, I don't care how much money you're making six figures unless you own it. It's never like long term in a way. I'm not saying don't be discouraged and actually have a positive mental attitude and do your job. Do the job to the best of your ability, but just know this too, especially as a young man, black man. Protect your job, save as much money as possible. That's the best way to protect you and your sanity because you never know when things might happen. This COVID-19 was a curveball to a lot of individuals, a lot of people, man. And a lot of CEOs are having a hard time to protect their assets. They looking like, listen, we started going to this profit organizations. We're gonna have to lay off some individuals. We just can't simply afford to pay our workers. We want to move in the general direction for the company, but we financially we can't afford it. And this is just in a matter of months. They said if this continuously to carry on through, yeah, by October 1st, it's gonna happen. So the one of the president of the flight attendants union, Sarah Nelson, she actually was trying to lobby the Congress to give them like $25 billion in aid. The $25 billion in aid was gonna is pretty much it's gonna help them out, and maybe that's kind of eliminate a lot of this debt here. But but with the ticket sales agent again, the Chicago-based airline still losing about $40 million a day. Layoffs are the last option left to protect the long-term interests of the company. Another 1,300 management support staff will be laid off on October 1st, even like managers, supervisors, including international employees. United has a workforce at least over about 95,000 people. But what's really interesting here in the article here, they stating that, even Air France, stuff in Germany, man, United's traffic hub in New York, New Jersey has slumped more deeply than the rest of its network since those quarantine rules were announced. So you got many individuals that try to travel to New York, Connecticut, the Midwest area, and the East Coast. It's been very difficult, and that's what pretty much the majority of the ticket sales there, man, for the most part, man. But when you're not getting there for a long period of time, it's gonna be tough. And I think this is why when like JetBlue Airways, I was investing into them, their stock began to plummet. It's been up and down. I don't know how Spirit Airlines is, but yeah, Delta Airlines is going to be maybe next. Boeing, man, airline industry it's getting out of hand. They said Delta Airlines recently told employees that it will send layoff notices more than 2,500 of its 1,400 pilots. Germany, I can't pronounce it. Lufthansa has warned that it might cut 22,000 jobs in Germany. Air France last week announced plans to eliminate 7,500 jobs. So this is not only a domestic thing. This is an international thing. Like I said, this is a message that we have to get back into creativity. Whatever you have, whatever skill that you think you have, outside your job, because it can be very difficult. Like when people retire, they get bored. But if you're not even into the stages of retirement, you just got there for 2 or 3 years. You think like, okay, well, they talking about the company. It's nothing I can really do about it, regardless of my position. They even laying off the most essential workers that's vital to the company, even pilots, man. So it's no guarantee that I'm gonna have this job. So what I want to do, I'm gonna save this money. I'm gonna go ahead and and work on my creativity. Things, it could be baking, it could be reading. You were maybe an avid reader. Start you a bookstore. It could be little things I feel like that we need to express and be creative in and make good money from it. It's not even do something legal. You don't even have to degrade yourself. Do not degrade yourself and show them like provocative pictures. You don't have to go into that situation, but at the same time though, just utilize I feel like your creativity in a way, because we a lot of Americans, we conform. a lot of stuff. This is all we know. This is our pretty much identity. We go to work, we may be good at our job, then we go home, chill, watch TV, and don't do anything else. That's maybe the average typical American. But I just feel like if you have time, especially set some time out your day to know that, like, okay, I was born here with some gift or some talent. Let me go ahead and just perfect that. It could be writing a book, it could be doing selling ebooks, marketing yourself on social media, little things that can really help you get that income. So what I'm trying to say is the synopsis of this thing: always have be availability of multiple sources of income. And this is pretty much one of the learning situations that I got from this whole COVID stuff, man. I mean, it's a very down thing. You would think like the airline industry, it will last forever because it's always people traveling. People got to go somewhere. It's a very important. Business executives rely on the airline industry to get them to places. I mean, because you get there faster. If I need to go somewhere, go out the country, that's 3.5 hours. Like go to Cuba or somewhere. I need to go to Texas, get there in 30 minutes or an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like time is very essential. And something like a big business like this that's known for a multi-billion-dollar business like the airline industry, you wouldn't think it will actually, just go ahead and be in effect because of attention of a virus, man. But this is crazy. Just pray that the people that's over there, man, like TSA and them, man, like some kind of way, like the labor unions, if they may have to use their unpaid leave. Some people are probably gonna file for unemployment, tap into that 401k. It's getting kind of rough, man. And, you got people who rely on this job to pay their mortgage. People, put food on the table in their families, man. You got the air traffic controllers. It's a lot of things, man, that goes on when it comes to the airline industry, man. And also too, it's affected the customers too. The customers that mean to go back and forth during the summer, to meditation. It could be for family events, business events, and they rely on this certain type of industry here. But this is going to really change the course of history. If anything happens, like if they find like a vaccine, it may take a year or two, but even then they may enforce more strict policies because of the quarantine, and it may be discouraging a lot of people to actually people might have money, but it may discourage them from going here and going to the airport and traveling because they're afraid to contract the disease. So I think that's what that is. But a lot of pilots and maintenance workers and customer service workers are being affected by this, so we will see. That's in a matter of months, man. Just preparation though. But and the Bible says, do not worry. The birds of the air do not worry. And they, I'll store them and feed them and store them in barns. So just don't worry. Everything should be good. But always prepare. He who gathers his money little by little makes it grow. That's what the wise do. Do not gamble it away. So do not waste it away. So it's your boy Young Lee Jr. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys. I'm out. Deuces.